So in front of the fire, it's 28 degrees. Watershed, Vermont. It's the time of recollection. And out here, it's quite a bit colder. So the year in review. I did street preaching in New York City for NFL weekend in February in 2014. That's February. January, I was probably out here a lot. January, February, March. March, was that Easter? And I read on the crosswalk for Easter. And I did something else. Oh, I led everybody in the Lord's Prayer in public. That was fun. It's really like 18 degrees, by the way. Let's just take a moment to get down there. January, February, March, April. April, I started back at work. That was nice. And all our greens were dead. And so my first 3 months of work did not involve mowing for 3 hours in the morning. And so I got a whole lot more accomplished. And that was really weird. Because we did a lot this year. The whole crew did a lot. We built a couple of tee boxes, all kinds of stuff. Goodness. And Andy got the greens alive again, which made us like the #1 golf club in quite an extensive area of Vermont. It was quite awesome. Something on the order of 200 or 300 new members joined up because our greens were good. May, June, July. So July, there was no fireworks. So I didn't get to run around in the golf cart with a band of children singing the national anthem, which is what I've done in years past. So that was a super kind of disappointment. I'd take, I'd go like, well, if I want something for next year, I want something that's twice as good. That's what it was like running around with the kids singing the songs. One year someone actually asked us why we were singing the baseball anthem. Well, we were out at July 4th, July 3rd fireworks, but for July 4th. A white guy, like with no accent. Why are you singing the national anthem? Or not the baseball anthem. Oh, goodness gracious. I think he said theme song, even. Oh. August was my birthday, and I went to Burlington. All on my own. I'm a big boy now. And on the train's fantastic. Because I had taken the train to Super Bowl and I'd forgotten how fantastic trains were. So that was mucho fun. Oh, and that's where the most massive serendipity thing ever happened. I'd already planned on sleeping outdoors. It was August, So I just picked an alley and I slept in it. But to make it look like I wasn't just loitering, I stopped on a stoop before that and was texting on a stoop. And then once the cops weren't on the street anymore, then I went over to an alley and slept down there. But when I went to the alley, I had left my phone on the stoop. So the next morning, I'm all frantic about the phone because I woke up without the phone. You know, I woke up naturally. And so this is like 5:30 in the morning. And I go to the equivalent of a Circle K or 7-Eleven. And I still have all my money, so I know I wasn't robbed or anything, you know. I know I wasn't pickpocketed. And so this guy offers me to buy, because I was going to buy a Red Bull because I needed, you know, get my brain, like, amped up. You know, I didn't bring any vitamin B with me, and Red Bull's chock full of vitamin B and inositol. And I said, no, dude, something is more pressing on my mind. I can't actually deal with that. I lost my phone. And he said, does it look like this? And he pulled out my phone. Isn't that fantastic? So I unlocked it. I still had plenty of battery. And I gave the guy, like, all the money that was in my hand right there, which was, like, $27 or something. But he was just all like, woo, buddy. I was so glad. I was so glad. So that was August. September. Well, theoretically, September is around Jesus' birthday. For real. The real Jesus' birthday. And then in October, of course, I threw another fit about Halloween and harvest festivals in the church and performing all these pagan things inside the church. And I'm like, because for me, the pagan things, that's just your culture. Just because they call it pagan, it just means it's not Jewish. I mean, talk about racist. And I'm like, and Englishmen are using their racist terms against themselves. Oh, that's a pagan thing. And I'm like, wait a second, no. Match it up against the Torah. See if it stands up. Keep it. There's nothing wrong with having festivals, according to your culture. Jesus didn't come here to say, hey, why don't y'all become Jews? That's not what he said at all. He said, become free men. Yeah, there we go. 18 degrees. November was a beautiful Thanksgiving. It was also the first time I had off since May. That was a very long, aside from my birthday trip. That was one morning off. But that was the only day I took off for 7 months, about. And a lot of that I'm working 2 shifts in one day. Huh. And then there's now December. So I have my usual rant about Jolly Holidays and Jolly Giftsmas. That Jolly Giftsmas is the new one. Jolly Holidays has been ongoing for years. And then there's this week, and then there'll be a new year. And I think that March is the time to really look and see, to compare what different things happened between December 2013 and January 2015. Well, thank you very much. It's the year in review. Cherish this new love. Be well.